Hey guys, welcome
Hola,
to Rants I Have in the
hola,
Shower,
Tulamons.
and let's offer some thought-provoking commentaries.
Even you, rants I have in the shower. News
Shut up.
of
Shut up.
afraid.
Stop. Let's get into our first topic.
Cool.
Alright, I'm starting this time. So,
Yay.
I just wanted to ask you guys, do you prefer your sandwiches in triangles or rectangles?
You know what? I'm gonna go with triangles, because they look cooler.
Wow, excellent. What about you, Jonathan?
I'm gonna have to say, I personally like rectangles just because it's easier to cut.
What do you mean easier to cut? How is it easier to
Well,
cut?
I mean, thinking about the triangle, right? Is that you gotta like line it up?
You have no. The triangles you have to line up the corner to the corner. With the rectangles, you have to eyeball the middle and then line up the middle of it.
Yeah. So.
What do you mean easier to cut? Please elaborate.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, right? In a way, there actually isn't 4 quarters in a slice of bread. It's really only 2.
You're right.
Well, it depends on what kind of bread you have. If you get
That's
Wonder
also
Bread,
true.
if
You could
get
have no
Wonder
corners.
Bread, there's 4 quarters.
Or you can have no corners.
Then I still choose the triangle because it looks cooler. The triangle is so cool looking, you know, because
Yeah.
you see it in like
Yeah, and all
commercials.
animes. Yeah, you say it. Oh wait, what really?
I
yeah,
don't
you-
know if you see an anime.
You say it like in
whenever
all
you-
animes.
Okay,
mangas, and,
whenever
like,
you think of a
everything else.
sandwich and you're trying to make it look delicious, you cut it triangle. You cut it in triangles, you know?
Yeah, that actually is actually a very good point though. To be honest,
You know why? Because it's more appetizing. And that's why triangle sandwiches are better.
No, I don't think.
Thank
it's,
you.
No, I think it's not. I don't think it's more appetizing. I think it's just different, and that causes like your brain to be like, "Whoa, it's cut differently. Wow, okay, clearly this is better." And it's like, no, it's the exact same thing. It's just that it looks different. And
Wow,
that's why it
that
looks
was some
appetizing.
thought-provoking commentary. Thanks, guys.
No
Yeah,
problem,
you're
Joshua.
welcome, Josh. Now you owe me $50.
What?
Oh, okay.
But don't worry, I don't have any money, so you don't owe
So-
me anything.
Let's talk about the next one. I think I have a pretty high spice tolerance. It's like pretty decent. I wouldn't say I'm an amazing one, but I'm above average. And I was thinking about what makes you able to eat spicy foods. Is it when you're able to eat spicy foods without feeling pain, or is it that you're able to tolerate that pain?
I personally think it's neither. I think it's just you're more sensitive.
Isn't
So you
that
wait.
toleration?
What?
Isn't
No.
that toleration?
Okay, no, but like, okay, so let's say you never had a tongue, right? Would you experience spicy food or no?
No,
No, you
because you
probably
can't
wouldn't.
taste stuff.
I mean, actually, no. You could on your your mouth, but yeah, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's more of a question. Is spice actually like a sense of taste, or is it just kind of like something that like kind of exists? And
I think it's
yeah.
more than just a sense of taste, because when you get it on like your lips or something, it burns.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
okay, like I've talked to some people that I'm gonna say I've talked to some Indians, and they're like they talk about how they like the pain, and if they don't get pain when eating the food, then it's just like it's boring to them.
Yeah, that's like the same with my mom.
Yeah, it's
For
kind of
me, though, I don't know what it's like to have a good spice tolerance, so it's just pain forever.
yeah.
I'm always in pain. So,
But is it because you can tolerate that pain, or because you don't feel the pain that makes you able to eat spicy foods, or is it a mix of both?
Or maybe you're just not used to it in general, and it's just like a new taste, and you're just like, whoa, you're really.
yeah, but
taken
it's not
back
like
by
I've never had spicy food before, right? Like,
Spice is pain. That's what I can say.
Yeah,
Well,
Sometimes it
I
tastes
guess.
good.
Matthew, as an above average individual of spice tolerance, is it painful to
So, I just want to sound
experience
they're
spice,
self-proclaimed.
or does it not affect you?
Personally, I feel pain.
Okay.
But what I'm wondering is it because I'm tolerating that pain, and if other people are just being whiny, or is it because? Wait, is it because I have a higher pain tolerance and other people are being whiny, or I'm forcing it, or do people actually just feel pain?
Okay,
I am
just
not
put this out there.
sure.
Okay, so if
The
you're
problem is that no
sadistic-
one here is like actually like
Hold on,
really
wait.
good.
But,
at
okay,
spice.
I just have like a really
I
quick
remember
question.
I saw. Okay, yeah.
If okay, so let's say it's being sadistic, right? Like you like feeling pain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's called yeah. So is eating spicy food like super like spicy food? Is that being sadistic or no? Like, would you categorize that as like a sadistic act or no?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I have to agree. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well
Like-
then,
oh my
clearly,
gosh.
spice is more of a pain than anything else. Well, according to your definitions, at least. I personally have no idea because I'm not like super sadistic. Though, you know, it's like right.
Okay.
You know.
Already then.
I guess I kind of just proved a point there. Also. Okay, never
Um,
mind.
Okay. I remember I saw like a TED Ed video or something about spice, but darn, I wish I remember what I watched, dude.
Okay, cool.
I'm disappointed.
I don't think it said anything about pain tolerance though. I think
Kind
it
of
was
a
just
fun
like,
fact about
wow.
spice is that humans are actually the only species to like spice.
So maybe it's
So
pain.
it must be pain.
Yeah, so it's probably pain, right? So-
Actually, what's interesting is that like there's a surprising amount of stuff in nature that like things use as a defense mechanism that we just enjoy, like coffee.
Wait, what do you mean as a defense mechanism?
Wait, really?
Or-
That's how coffee beans protect themselves by being like super
Oh, by
bitter?
being bitter? I see.
yeah.
Really?
Then humans are just like, oh wow.
Yeah. Wait.
Delicious.
So is drinking coffee like super bitter coffee? Is bitterness also a sadistic act in a way or no? Because if we said spices, then is think also one or no?
I feel like bitterness is just like personal taste.
Yeah, I don't think you're
Um,
really experiencing pain.
But I don't think it's I don't think it's the same thing with spice. I think spice is different. But I am not a spice expert.
The thing about coffee is there's also other things in it, like caffeine, that you can get. And so that's probably why we started drinking it, and then we grew a taste after we started drinking it.
Well, yeah. You mean you talk about how like caffeine's a drug and you get addicted to the caffeine because it's a drug?
Yeah, and then
Like that?
later on, we started to like coffee and not just have coffee because of the benefits.
Yeah. Kind of like
Okay.
smoking in a way.
Okay,
Smo-
sure.
What I don't know what benefit smoking has, but
It makes
No,
you
it's-
feel better.
it's because-
sometimes. In
Well,
the moment.
no. I mean, you only feel.
Wait,
better
actually, I don't
because
even
it's a
know. I
drug.
have never smoked. I assume that it makes you. It's like alcohol or something. In the moment, you feel better.
yes, it is a drug.
I mean, it's the same thing with alcohol too. Alcohol is literally just poison.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
kinda
but it
like,
makes you
yeah.
feel. You can like drown out your sorrows.
No, but like
you feel
that's like a
bad.
very quick fix that like I recommend no one doing. So,
Yeah, like no one recommends anyone doing that.
yeah, but like
It's
you know,
just when you really feel down.
don't
you
drink
gotta-
alcohol. Fix your
Yeah.
problems.
You got to do something.
And if you feel like don't fix it, if you feel like not fixing your problems right now, just take like a nap and then attack it tomorrow. Because if you don't feel like doing something today, it's probably best that you don't do it today. What a great quote!
Wow. Wait, was that even a quote?
Yeah, because I said it, so I'm gonna say it's a quote.
All right. Well, I feel like we kind of strayed from our original topic. So, moving on. I guess I'll go next because the first one was kind of a joke.
Oh, it was. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Litter. You know litter, and you know how
Yeah. Did someone call me? Oh, sorry.
It sucks, right? You know how
Yes.
litter sucks? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Why do people litter? Well, that's my question. Why do people like? Okay, so apart from the obvious fact that it's
Yeah.
convenient, like
There's no other benefits.
there's no there's no other reason. And sometimes you see people litter like a very short distance away from a trash disposal.
Which I think is actually really
area.
funny to see, honestly. It's just like, okay, I guess. You know, it's almost like the same thing with jaywalking in a way, because I've seen like multiple
Yeah,
people jaywalk, and it's like,
Oh, that's true.
you know,
yeah.
it's not that far away. It's like, like
Yeah, that's true.
like it
Dude,
might be
like, some
faster.
people, it's not even like they're saving
like-
time, because so many times there's people that jaywalk, they start walking before the cross lane turns on, then it happens, and I catch up to them, like they're walking like a turtle. They're not even
Yeah.
going for, they're not even rushed, they're just doing it just because they can. I don't understand. There's no benefits in doing that at all. The only thing you do is like have a risk of getting caught, unless they do it for the thrill.
Maybe it's like a patience sort of thing. Like, instead of like waiting, they would rather do something, even if they're doing it like really slowly. And
I feel
even though
that's
it's like a
kinda
net,
lame.
it's a yeah. I mean, it is right. I guess with littering, like if someone tries to like throw like a piece of paper into the recycling or something, and then they miss, then they just don't pick it up, and that's because it's way more convenient to not pick it up.
Let someone
But-
else do it.
Yeah, but like, what I don't understand is the sheer amounts of people, like, or maybe it's just this one guy who like has bags, who has just like bags of garbage and just like dumps them all over like parks and stuff. But like, it's nuts, man.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe I'm severely overestimating the.
I mean,
the
a cause
goodness
of
people.
littering, like why people sometimes feel like they can litter, is because have you ever thought like, oh, I'm doing this one thing, right? And I've never done this, and like for example, littering, right? Like, oh, I have this piece of
Mhm.
like garbage in my hand. I've like never littered,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I've never littered, but Jimmy over there litters like every single day, so why can't I litter just once, right? And it might be one of those things where it's like, oh, if I do it just once, it's okay, right? And then it keeps on building on and on until you actually become like a really bad person in terms of littering.
I mean, I don't think people who litter are necessarily really bad people, but
Go to jail.
I'm talking about
The rest of your
littering
life.
is a bad thing, but like in
Executed.
a way, right?
Sent to the electric chair.
yeah, but that's also a good point, actually.
Exactly. I am the best
Did not
person to ever
think of that.
exist in the universe. It's a fact.
Oh wow, you really are Jonathan.
I know. Well, this reminds me of something.
All right, shoot.
What does it remind you?
Why do awkward silences happen? Because
Whoa, that's such a
Why?
good transition.
okay, all right. Well, now
Moving on to
now
our
it's
next
not.
topic, awkward moments. Have you guys ever smiled at a stranger?
Oh my gosh!
And then, have you ever smiled at a stranger and then just really regretted it?
Okay.
No,
'Cause
I
I
can't say I
haven't.
have, Matthew. Because I don't know anyone who would ever do that.
Okay. So that's
Please stop
awkward,
trying to make
but-
this a topic, Matthew.
Okay, but on a more slightly serious note, no, it like a really awkward moment is when someone like let's say like holds a door for you, or like for example like the crossing or like a
Dude.
crossing guard, right? They like sort of help
Mhm.
you not
Yeah.
really cross the street, and then you say
Yeah.
thanks, and they don't say anything, and it's like
Oh, you find
Oh.
that awkward.
yeah, like that's really awkward. You just walk past them, and you're like,
Well, they don't
did
have to say
not
you're
hear
welcome.
me or something. It's like
Isn't it worse if they say you're welcome before you say thanks?
Well, yeah, obviously that's
that
way worse.
that
but,
makes it like really like awkward.
that makes it really passive aggressive.
yeah.
But if they say you're welcome after you say thank you, like that's
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's like a
normal.
very normal conversation, but it's
I don't feel
they
like you don't,
don't
have
say
to say you're
anything, and
welcome.
it's like, okay.
I mean, maybe I'm just a rude person. I never say you're welcome.
Yeah, for me, like I don't really want to interact with people, so I just like I just like look straight ahead.
No,
Yeah,
But sometimes I
um,
nod at them.
no, when I
But-
like hold the door open for someone and they say thank you, I'm like generally stunned most of the time because normally people don't say thanks.
What are you talking about?
Well,
yeah, no,
I
well,
also don't want to say you're welcome because I feel like sometimes
like, yeah,
when you say that, it sort of feels like you're.
yeah,
It's sort of like when you
passive-aggressive.
say you're welcome first, but like not exactly. But you still have like a sort of that sense of feeling. You know what I mean?
Like you're being
Super Like you
passive.
you feel like you're so cool and stuff.
Yeah, you feel entitled to a thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's also another reason why I don't like to say you're welcome. But also mainly I don't want to talk to people. Especially random strangers
So then
that
why
you
do you
smile
do the
at.
good deed in the first place then? Then why do you hold open the door for the person?
Because that's a courtesy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
It's
be a
kinda
bad
crazy.
person. I just don't think that I'm entitled to anything more by being a decent person.
I mean, I'm sure there are people who
Sure.
purposefully don't hold doors open for people for the
Yeah.
sake of...
And I'm not saying if you don't hold doors, then you're a bad person.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice thing to do. But
So-
on the topic of holding doors, they're so awkward when you look behind and you see them, they're like 10 feet away. So you don't know whether to
yeah.
hold the door open or not. Because
Yeah.
if you hold the door open, then you're holding the door open for like 3 seconds and it's really awkward. And they stare at you for 3 seconds as I walk closer. Or you
Yeah.
just close the door on them and then you feel really bad because you just closed the door on some random person.
Yeah, sometimes I think that there's someone like right behind me, and then like I keep the door open and I look quickly behind me, and then I see them, and then they're like more than 10 feet away. Okay, they're like 25 feet away.
But
or
when you
something.
look at them, you can't close
Like-
the door.
but then I make eye contact with them, right? And then they see me, and it's like, oh shoot! So if I walk away now, then they know that I purposefully closed the door. But if I stay here, then I'll just be like looking at
Really
them, and, like,
awkward.
I'm like really confused. How often does this happen to you guys? Because I've only had that situation like maybe like 5 times last year, maybe, or like twice,
Dang.
maybe. Like
Maybe
You
you
it's
should
a
just don't
very,
hold
like,
the door open.
yeah, maybe you should just
Maybe,
hold
like,
doors for people
monthly
more often.
occurrence that happens. So,
No,
like,
well, people
how-
come in droves. It's also holding doors when you're with a crowd of people and then you're holding the door. But what's supposed to happen is just to hold the door for the next person. Then they hold the door for the next person, right? But then
Yeah.
you hold the door open, and then the person behind you just walks through, and then the people behind them just follow, and you're just
Yeah.
standing there holding the door, and you don't know what to do. You don't want to just close it on some random person. It's
yeah, that's why I just.
I
push
really
it
hate
open.
that.
I kind of just
Yeah.
push it open, and move on with my life.
Actually, another thing that
I'm genuinely really confused how you guys get yourselves into these situations. Like
Because we
often-
hold doors for other people, Jonathan.
yeah.
but like if there's a crowd of people like behind me, I just knock it open, move on. Next person behind me knocks it open because they have to. It kind of works like that. You guys sit there and just hold the door open?
Yeah, until I give up, and then I just close the door on someone.
Yeah. But then you feel really awkward and bad about it.
I think another another really awkward thing is like if your parents are talking with one of their friends or something, and you want to go home, right? or like
That
one
is
of your
so
friends
much.
is talking with someone, and like you gotta go, you got places to be, man. and then like sometimes I feel like they don't even notice me, dude. Like it's I'm just
okay.
standing there, and
I
neither
don't know how to
person is
respond
looking
to
at me.
this.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to this either. But
It's a therapy
just
session.
like real quick, why do awkward silences happen?
Because no one has anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should have not talked there.
I personally think
No, it was
they
still
happen
awkward, Josh. It
because
was still awkward.
both sides want to say something, but they don't want to interrupt each other like at the same time to make it like even more awkward. So they just kind of stay silent and just like super.
But what if we
awkward.
just don't have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then that's like super duper like awkward. That's like, yeah, it's like awkward level 10.
I mean, I'm not very good at talking to people, so when I get into awkward silences, like, I'm
I just
furiously
don't-
brainstorming of things to talk about. Like, did
Yeah,
I talk about
dude,
the weather
that
already?
happens so much.
And like,
Talking to people is so awkward.
No, I think the most
yeah,
awkward thing
honestly.
is when you have to talk to like your teacher or like your boss or whatever, and they like try and have like a casual conversation with you, and you're like, "Oh, this is Like,
Honestly,
super
I
awkward.
feel more comfortable talking to teachers than my classmates.
That's
Yeah.
kind of sad actually.
I know it's so awkward. Even classmates, you know who they are. Like you never like if you never really you talk to them before, but it's so awkward because they're trying to like make small talk. Wow, that's how's the day, and then my response is good.
How's your dog? I don't have a dog.
How was your dog?
And
you
that's
mean
it.
The thing I ate for dinner.
I mean, I guess teachers is easier because it's not like you're stuck next to each other. Like,
No, the
and
thing
usually
about
when you're talking
teachers,
to them, you have like a
when
goal
you
in
talk to
mind,
like
hey,
bosses
what's the
Yeah.
and
answer to this
teachers
question,
and things,
right?
is that there's like a certain code that you follow, and if you follow the code, it's not awkward, right? But like
What do you
with
mean?
So
like
follow the code.
classmates, right? It's a lot more different. Well, I mean, that's how I can probably see why classmates would be slightly more awkward, I guess. But like, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what you're talking about when you say code.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Do I say that a lot?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That sounded very passive aggressive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm literally
I think it's just you, Jonathan.
no. I'm like doing like ASMR right now for some odd reason.
Okay, stop touching your mic.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm like touching the table. Yeah. No, I'm like doing something really stupid. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't
Okay,
shoot it.
now with a quick break from our sponsor,
Wait,
Raid
what?
Shadow Legends.
Wait, we do have a sponsor, really?
Wait, I thought it was Mad Uncharted.
No, Raid Shadow Legends is cool.
Wait,
Raid
what?
Shadow
They are
Legends is
sponsoring
the
us?
ultimate epic free. My favorite character.
Dude, wait, let's talk
number
about that.
number
I don't-
one.
I don't want anyone to hate me.
But
But Raid Shadow Legends
guys.
sucks, dude. It's so bad.
Oh wait,
I've-
you've actually
I've actually
Raid,
played it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've actually played it.
Dude,
Oh, actually?
they have so much
It's-
money that they put into their ads. Their ads are everywhere, and it sucks. The game, they don't put any time or effort into their game. It's so
Wait,
bad.
so what
Yeah,
is their game like? Is
it's
it like an
painful.
AFK like game or like what?
It's sort of like that, yeah.
Oh.
It's like AFK, just the amount that there's no player interaction, but it's not enough where you can just leave it sitting there for a while because like every 5 minutes or something you still have to
Not
press a
even,
button.
more like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you start a battle, then you come back after it's over, and you start a battle, and you come back after it's
It's
over.
painful.
Yeah, and the game is so boring.
Yeah.
It's so
I
lame.
mean, are the graphics good at least or no?
The graphics, it looks like it looks decent, but it's kind of lame. I've talked to Josh about this. It's sort of like, you know how Clash of Clans is probably the most popular of its kind. The graphics on that are so simple, but because they're simple, they look so nice, right?
Yeah.
And you can't really copy that, or else people will call you out for copying. And so other people instead try to go with the different route of making it look really nice. But the problem with that is either they don't make it look nice enough, where it looks nice, but it's not perfect, and so just like Clash of Clans is so like perfect, and so it doesn't look nice, or it just it just doesn't look nice, you know? It's just really hard to look nice. But it's sort of like Raid Shadow Legends with that. It sucks. It really sucks.
So what would you
Yeah.
give it out of 10? One being like super unplayable and 10 being like I can't peel myself away from the game.
2.
A 2?
Yeah, I agree.
What? Wait, is it actually like that bad?
Honestly, they probably bribed their users to vote for it. Like,
There's I don't understand what you're supposed to. There's no.
I
What's
feel
the
like
fun
it was
in
like
playing it?
I feel like it was made by like a multi-millionaire who has no idea how to make games, and he made it all by
They
himself.
put more money in the ads than the game itself.
But he paid like an animator or a graphics designer to do the graphics, but they weren't
The
all
best.
that well paid. They were at least like relatively competent, you know.
I don't see anything in that game. It's
Like, you should put on
so
your
boring.
glasses then, bang.
Like the text for the damage is in like Arial font or something. Like, and you just see that all the time. And I'm not sure. Like, I haven't. Like, I
You know
deleted
what,
it
that's
very
out there? I think
quickly.
that's probably
But, like,
the greatest comment to ever come from your mouth.
It's appalling. It's
I'm
quite
gonna get
appalling.
super
Yeah,
sidetracked here.
the game is
But
bad.
what font do you guys normally use?
Oh, depends on the document.
What
Times
it
New
does?
Roman?
Explain what?
Well, like, in in the last physics roller coaster lab report, we were supposed to use Calibri, right?
Yeah, that was actually kind of interesting. Most times they want you to use Times
Yeah.
New Roman.
Or actually, yeah, Times New Roman. But like in a lot of like,
Or other times Comic Sans.
no,
Comic
what?
Sans?
Um,
What?
No, what are you talking about, buddy?
Explain.
Mhm. Yeah, it's most times New Roman. That's my default.
Yeah, and then like a lot of the time it's Arial. But yeah.
Hmm.
But I think for games, it's much less acceptable to use a default font because that looks really lazy.
Yeah, it really does.
Like, or maybe like not Arial, or something. You know?
Okay, I have two fonts I
You
use.
know what I
It's
mean?
Times New Roman and Lobster, which is basically like cursive.
What is
That's
Lobster?
the only two fonts I ever use.
What is lobster? Is lobster the one that's like really thick?
Yes. Okay, dude. Okay, and it's like you told a computer to write in cursive, and then it's slanted to like the left. That's just what
Italics.
lobster is.
Italics.
Wait, what? Isn't italics the other way though?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know,
It
to be honest,
doesn't
I never
really
use
matter.
italics.
Oh yeah, italics is to the right.
Yeah, it's just like opposite italics.
Okay.
So, Josh, do you have a new topic?
I do. So,
Hit me.
okay, this is gonna need quite a bit of background information, quite a bit of context.
Background
Okay,
information.
Sit back and relax.
So,
then.
so story time with Josh, guys.
No, dude, you should have a cooler name. Be like story time with like really cool name.
A lot
I
of
don't know.
background information.
Okay, so basically
Once
there are
upon a
these
time.
three sisters called the Polgar sisters.
Oh, you're actually
and-
that's a story.
No, I don't. Dude, you don't have to go through that so much.
There are
Just go
three
with the-
very good chess players. Okay, and
Okay,
they're
no,
all
basically,
siblings.
The theory is talent. There's no such thing as talent.
Yeah,
essentially.
and that was the dad who said that. And
No, okay. Don't worry about the dad. Basically, do you believe in talent or effort?
Alrighty.
That's essentially what it boils
that
down
was
to.
way easier.
It's essentially what it boils down to. There's more to that. And so there was this guy who trained his kids. He trained his three kids all in chess since they were very young, and they all grew up to be very strong and competent chess players. And
Yes.
so he took that as a proof that talent is not real. Well, not real, but it's effort that you put in that makes you good.
Yeah.
Like talent is I don't know how to explain it, Josh.
Okay, so my personal opinion on this is that's like it varies between different sports activities and everything else. Like for example, you can look at football, right? Quarterback, and the quarterback has to have the vision to see like, oh, if I throw it to this guy, this will happen, this and that could result in like the first down or whatever, right? Whereas like chess is a game that you kind of just understand the more you play, right? So it kind of just depends.
I feel like that's wrong. I feel like I agree with. I think talent is huge. I honestly think
like
that
talent is
it's more effort.
it
But
is
I
a big
disagree in
factor.
what you're saying because you can train with your vision in football. The more you see, it's the same
you
thing
can,
like what you're
really?
saying.
Oh, I kinda didn't
Understand
actually
it.
know that.
The more you see the
Oh.
plays, the more you'll recognize them and understand what to do.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
It's pretty much what you just said about chess. But I still agree with you on talent. That is a lot more important than effort.
I mean, okay.
Well, okay,
bigger
not I
question.
don't know about more important.
So out of
talent is
100,
huge.
how much is talent and how much is effort? Out of 100.
I don't think there can. I don't think we're knowledgeable enough to create a definitive
Well, no, it's just.
scale.
Well,
or
I mean, I'm not
estimation.
saying it's definitive at all. I'm just asking what your opinion is in this matter.
Well,
I guess. I mean, it's
I
kind
don't know
of
how
definitive.
to answer that exactly, but there's obviously to a certain extent, someone with talent, if they don't put any effort in, and you put in effort and you have no talent, you're gonna be able to catch up to them, right? But the question is, when they start putting in effort with their talent, how high can they reach? And I think if someone has talent and they put in effort, there's no way that anyone without talent can possibly catch up. Like, I honestly don't believe in that.
That's a depressing
Like,
theory.
What I have to back it up is my own personal life experiences.
Oh man, it's
Like-
just gonna be sad and depressing.
No,
This
this
Matthew's
isn't sad and
super
depressing.
cool.
It's just me being cocky.
Yeah,
But-
Matthew's
Okay,
really cool.
alright.
I'm like,
All right.
I've never studied in school at all, and I have pretty high marks. But only in math, obviously, because I only have talent in math. But it's stuff like that I think talent is huge and effort, it's meaningless. Because what I feel like effort is doing in this case, in school-wise, you're putting effort into memorizing something, not understanding it. And what you understand can come from effort, but also talent, which I have a lot of. I'm so cool.
I'm not gonna lie,
Well-
just blanked out there. But I have no idea what you said. But sure, yes.
Well,
Oh, I'm so tired.
me personally, I think it would be a 70-30 split. No, maybe a 60-40 split, favoring
Well, which one's the bigger number?
favoring like effort. Because like
Effort's the bigger number.
yeah, because like I don't know, like the Polgar sisters are like crazy, you know, like.
That is true.
One of them, I'm pretty sure they became like the #1 women's player in chess.
Yeah.
And
Wait, didn't you say they were like brothers?
They're sisters.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, that's awkward. Anyways.
And like they're literally ranked based on how much they tried according to them. Like the one
No. One has a lot of talent though. One of them
Are you
has.
sure about that?
No, yeah, one of them doesn't try, but they're really good.
No, they all tried though. Like the point is,
But like one of them didn't try as much.
yeah, and they're the
She
and
was-
they're the
No.
the
She was
lowest
the lowest
rated
rating.
one. Yeah.
No, she was. I think she was better.
No, she's not. She's literally
Okay.
not.
If you guys
And-
want to continue this debate, could y'all look it up?
Okay. I believe Josh because I'm not too knowledgeable.
Yeah, and I'm a genius.
Yeah, and I
as
don't,
everyone
and I
knows.
barely actually played chess, but whatever.
Okay, Jonathan, do you wanna?
Chess has nothing to do with this conversation.
Okay.
Chess is just an example. Jonathan, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I personally think it's 55-45. Talent is more than effort. But
Oh,
the
damn,
truth
so
is
close.
that the thing about this is that it's not how much effort or talent you have, it's what you do with what you have. For example, right, like you have a lot of talent and you never try and you just like go through life and you never try and apply it or anything, like you'll never hit your full potential. So I kind of just
Well,
So are we
yeah,
talking about
that's-
potential?
it's
pretty good.
more
Or
of
are
a
we talking
ceiling
about-
than anything else.
Are we talking about potential or results?
I'm thinking about probably potential. In terms of potential?
Because obviously talent has more potential.
Yeah,
No, he's saying that
but
like
you know.
You'll never reach your potential if you don't put effort.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm trying
Your
to
starting
say.
point is all automatically higher.
Yeesh. Yeah.
So technically, you're already better than them until they put some effort into it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that was pretty interesting.
Okay, cool, like and subscribe.
Just to say one more thing, like,
Oh,
is there
what?
something that there's a cap on? Like, there's only a specific height of skill that you can reach.
Well, I was actually watching, or I heard about this thing. Like, humans can't run. We're pretty close to the maximum speed we can run. Like
Uh-huh.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Like, there's physical limitations,
Mm-hmm.
like, to that. But mental, I'm not too sure about that. But there are some
What?
limitations. Like, physical, definitely there's limitations to how fast you can do something, or how strong a human can be.
I think my personal
Okay.
opinion about mental is it's just the amount of time you have. Like for example, right? I can say that you're better than me at chess because you've played longer, and the truth is that like, you know, you can't say, oh, you're wrong either. right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's
Yeah.
mental capacity is only limited by the amount of time you put into something, not because you're stupid or anything. It's just that you're not trying too hard. No,
Capacity?
if you're trying a lot and you're still like not really good at it, it's just maybe you don't have a lot of talent in that one thing.
So you're.
I guess. I don't know.
And now
I
we're
can't
back to
tell
our
what
first
you're-
point.
I don't know what I just
Yeah,
said.
I'm
either.
gonna be honest. I don't really understand.
At first I thought you were saying effort, and then in the end you said talent.
Yeah.
And
No. Like if you try like a lot and you really do try a lot and you still aren't like great at it, it's kind of like you probably don't have talent. That's the
just don't
only
have talent?
explanation.
so you're saying you need a bit of talent.
Yeah, obviously you need to get kind of gifted certain things, but at the end of the day, it does. No, actually, not at the end of the day. But yeah, sure. I honestly don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so tired.
All right, that's okay.
Good. Yes.
Shoot,
Well-
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Matt. So like, let's say tic tac toe. Let's say you're really
Don't even
talented
give me
at
started
tic
tic
tac
tac
toe.
toe. That's such a
Right?
stupid game.
That's just a
It's so
stupid game.
It's
No,
so
because
stupid.
tic tac toe has a maximum
Yeah.
skill limit, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So if you're really talented at tic tac toe, does that just mean that you reach the skill limit faster? Because
Okay,
it's
I
not
wonder
like
if
it's
that's out there.
like
Yeah.
basically
How can you
everyone
be, like,
can reach the
talented at
maximum. Like,
tic-tac-toe?
basically
Say that
everyone
again,
can
Josh?
reach. Basically everyone can reach the maximum like
Yeah,
skill level in tic tac toe, right?
I
But
agree. Yeah.
if you're talented in tic tac toe, would the only difference be that you do it faster? Like that you reach
I think
that level
that's what
faster than
talent
everyone
is.
else?
Yeah, I think that's what talent is. You start off higher and you can progress faster than others if you put in the same amount of effort.
Okay.
Interesting. All right.
I think that was
So
good.
you're basically saying that if there okay, so you're basically saying that there's a ceiling, and everybody will get to that ceiling. It's just how much effort you need to put in to get to that ceiling, right?
I guess, but then that means like, no, never mind.
It's a very interesting
That's
way of
my
looking
point.
at it. I've never thought about it like that.
I think that's a good way to end off. You guys
Oh.
will never reach the talent. I know.
You never reach your full potential unless if you put in the time and effort.
You guys
Yeah.
will never be as cool as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm not
way to
even-
end it off. All right, cool.
Yeah.